Everything starts as somebody's daydream. Hi, I'm Linda Watson-Call. I'm so glad you could join me for today's episode of Dragonfly Soup. I remember when I was younger, it didn't matter if I was in the classroom or at home. If I stared off into space, out of the window, or even to a blank wall, the response from my teacher or my mother was the same. Stop daydreaming and get to work. Daydreaming was seen as a time waster. In fact, it still is. It seems as if we're supposed to be productive every minute of the day. First of all, that's pretty much impossible. Secondly, we all need a break of some type. What most people don't know or realize is that daydreaming is a way to connect with yourself. It's a way to look within yourself and discover what's meaningful in your life. You might be thinking, daydreaming? Really? Isn't that contradictory to staying focused and reaching my goals? Well, not really. You see, when our mind wanders, that's when new ideas and solutions appear. Possibly the answer to what we've been thinking about or a pressing issue that we've been facing. Some of us call it the aha moment, when everything starts to fall into place. How many times have you been involved in what seemed like a mindless task? Washing dishes, raking leaves, not really thinking about anything, and then wham! You get an idea or the answer to a question that's been bothering you. And why not? Daydreaming actually enhances the memory system of your mind. No one is really sure how it works, but it seems that doing repetitive tasks helps us remember other information better. So maybe we read or heard something, and as I always say, filed it away in our mind. Well, we're doing that mindless task, and for me, that's mucking stalls. The subconscious mind is combing through that filed data. The brain break that daydreaming provides allows the analytical, decision-making, logical side of our brain to take off. It seems that when this happens, the empathetic, creative, imagining part of our brain goes into action. New ideas start to flow when our mind is not focused on something. Creativity appears when we are in a free thought state, not when we are trying to force a new idea. That's why techniques like mind mapping work so well. When there are no right or wrong answers, each idea can build on another. Some of our greatest scientists and inventors, like the Wright brothers and Einstein, got their inspiration through dreams or daydreams. Some of our best musical compositions were written or dreamt up the same way. These inventions or works of art that we take for granted were conceived through or in a dream. This happens throughout the history of the world. Most of these people were no different than you or me. They were not blessed, they were not special, they did not have some power that allowed them to become great. But what was different, what they did have, was the ability to believe in their dreams, and then have the commitment and dedication to act on them. Smallpox was one of the most deadly diseases in the world. Notice I said was. This disease is no longer a concern or a threat. There is no evidence of smallpox occurring naturally anywhere in the world. How did this happen? Well, at the age of 13, Edward Jenning heard in passing that milkmaids, those were the women who milked dairy cows, if they caught cowpox, they would never come down with smallpox. As he grew older, he became interested in a lot of different areas of science, from geology to hydrogen balloons, birds, and medicine. He was almost 50 years old before he started to work on a way to protect people against smallpox. There's no record on what triggered him to start investigating the possibility of an effective vaccination. My guess would be that it was an idea, a dream that he had, and it stayed with him for over 30 years before he could find a way to act on it. I hear people saying that they have dreams of things they would like to do, but they don't have the means or they don't have the ability to do them. They are so wrong. The ability to make a dream come true is within our reach, every one of us. But what is lacking is the belief that we are capable of doing whatever our dream is. There is a 7-year-old boy in our community who calls himself Super Can Man and was awarded the Hero Hunger Award from the Food Bank of Eastern Michigan recently. Last year, he raised over $2,000 and brought in over 3,000 cans of food. It started when he heard that one of his classmates was taking cans of food home because he was hungry. He decided right then that he had to do something about it. Now here's a young child who has a personal mission of helping people who are in need of food. This year, he intends to surpass the $2,000 mark and provide even more cans of food to the food bank. Unlike this youngster, many people have lost their ability to dream. But it's in the dreams where your greatness begins. Why don't you take a moment and sit back? Now, dream of living a life that is stress-free. Dream about doing the things that you enjoy. Dream about doing things that benefit others. Dream about creating a life that you would truly enjoy living. It is within your reach. This 7-year-old didn't think about all the things that could stop him from helping people who needed food. He instead found ways of doing it. And there's a link to the story below this video. And he isn't any different than any other 7-year-old. However, he is committed and dedicated to his dream. He is making his dream come true for himself and the people he is helping. Larry Niven put it this way: everything starts as somebody's dream. So, when your mind wanders, when new ideas and solutions appear, don't let them just pass. Notice them, and then take action. It's great to focus on our goals. It's also great to do a little daydreaming and let new ideas allow you to imagine what is possible for you. I invite you to share your dreams and how you plan to reach them in the comments below. And I'll see you next week, right here on Dragonfly Soup. Here's to our transformation and our best year ever. What if you could get anything you want in life? You know you can. Whatever you want, a better job, a vacation home, your own business, it's all within your reach, no matter what your current situation is. I know because I did it. As a divorced mother, I knew the odds were against me. 20% of all divorced women fall into poverty. 25% lose their health insurance, and 75% of divorced mothers don't get their full child support. I learned the principles of manifestation shortly after the divorce, and within a few years, I was making more money than my ex-husband, was able to build my dream home in the country, complete with horses, and I transformed my writing ability into a successful multimedia development company. I am willing to share with you the techniques I've learned. They are all in my book, Living an Abundant Life. Each chapter of this book explains a method that I used and shows you how you can achieve your goals using that principle. Living Abundant Life is available on Amazon, but if you click the link below and order the paperback version through my bookstore, I'll send you an autographed copy, no extra charge. Start creating your dream today. You have the power, and this book will show you how.